Hi everyone, my name is Carrie, and I'm a distributor with Kangen Water ionizers and an online business success coach, and I was recently asked to share or post a video about my personal experience with Kangen Water, and I realized I hadn't done that yet, so I've decided to come on and do that for you today. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go through my whole full medical history here, but I will touch on a few key points so that you can see why exactly it is that I chose Kangen Water. If you want to, you can read my full health story. It's available up on my website at consciousnessandclarity.com, and I'll drop the link in the description so that you can access it easy if you'd like to check it out. So let's see. I think I'll give you a quick chronological list of some of the medical issues that I had been dealing with, and then we'll move into how Kangen Water has come into play with those. So I have had stomach issues my entire life. As a baby, I was extremely colicky. As a toddler, I was really picky. As a young child, I just refused to eat a lot of food. As a high schooler, I was often in pain, and that's when the doctor visits began. I began to receive different diagnoses of acid reflux disease, GERD, stomach spasms, hiatal hernia, a Schatzki's ring, which is a ring of scar tissue in the esophagus, esophageal spasms, IBS, and the scariest for me was something called intermittent dysphagia. And this is where it's a feeling that your food is getting stuck when you swallow it. As a college student, living on my own, eating was really difficult, and I did it only because I had to. So I often just used things like protein shakes, Slim Fast shakes, because I liked the way they tasted. And I didn't actually eat a lot of solid foods because it was really difficult for me to swallow and it hurt. And then when I was in college, the esophageal surgeries began. And so they would go in, they would stretch my esophagus in the hopes that this would allow this hourglass narrowing of the scar tissue in my esophagus to widen and that I would be able to swallow food better. So after the third esophageal surgery, this was the final surgery that I did. It was pretty unsuccessful, and I had had enough with doctors and really enough with conventional Western medicine at that point because they weren't giving me any solutions to my problems. They were just putting me on prescription pills, prescriptions that counteracted each other. One prevented heartburn, one caused heartburn, and I was just really fed up. So at that point, I turned to Eastern medicine, and this is where they tend to treat the underlying cause of the symptoms and of the problem. They're not just treating the symptoms themselves. And so I began seeing improvements with acupuncture and herbal medicine. And I made incredibly great strides, and my problems became manageable, right? They didn't disappear, they didn't go away, but they became manageable. They became livable. And so I had continued to live with them my entire life. I would avoid many different foods, sugar, dairy, gluten, spicy, and I just continued to live with these stomach issues, and basically my stomach issues controlled my life. The second issue that I'd like to talk about is since 2000, I've been dealing with some pretty painful neck and back disc issues resulting from a not so fun but really great story, kind of a dirt bike accident. And this accident, I ended up flipping my bike and I landed on my jaw, my chin, and the accident resulted in a concussion, a few broken bones, and some pretty major back and neck trauma. And this has resulted in bulging discs in both my neck and my lower back. And over the years, it's caused some major pain and some major movement and mobility issues. Sometimes even getting out of bed for me was a physical struggle, and sleeping soundly through the whole night was not even an option. Tylenol, CBD cream, CBD pills, and chiropractors became my best friends to manage the pain. And the third thing, since moving to Nashville from Colorado in 2019, my low-key Colorado allergies really decided that they were going to flare up and decided they were not going to be low-key allergies anymore. And so I began a dependence daily on Claritin, Nafcon eye drops. I began using expensive allergy filters for my home air conditioning unit, and lots and lots and lots of boxes of Kleenex. So fourth, my immune system has always been pretty low. I've always been really easily susceptible to catching whatever cold or flu bug has been going around. And it's rare that I can even go more than 1 month without catching some type of bug. In fact, since moving to Nashville in June of 2019, I had been sick for at least 1 week out of every single month between June and March. Now, all of this is pre-COVID and before I started drinking Kangen water. So I've been drinking Kangen water since February of 2020, and I'm recording this video here in December of 2020, so I'm going on about 10 months of drinking this Kangen water. Within the first week, I realized I was consistently forgetting to take my daily doses of Claritin, and I was also forgetting to take my Tylenol and my CBD for my back pain. So after about a week, I realized this. I noticed that I'd been just getting out of bed in the morning, physically, without any pain, just rolling over and sitting up. And this was pretty unheard of at this point in my life. So I was shocked. And I realized I had been forgetting to take my Claritin and forgetting to take my pain pills because I wasn't actually needing them. So as I continued to drink the Kangen water, I felt like someone was literally oiling or lubricating my joints. Almost like that scene from The Wizard of Oz where the Tin Man gets stuck and they have to put oil in him. I literally felt like someone was lubricating my joints. The stiffness that I was experiencing was disappearing, movement was easier, my mobility was increasing, and these random pains that occur when you start turning 40, these things were no longer on my radar. I began sleeping through the night, which again for me was unheard of. So I began sleeping through the night without waking up due to pain. Let me tell you, pain-free sleep is one of my new absolute favorite things in life. In fact, in the 10 months that I've been drinking Kangen water, I've not taken any CBD or any Tylenol for back or neck pain. I've not seen a chiropractor at all in the year of 2020, and I had been seeing a chiropractor weekly in 2019 for pain management. My immune system is stronger than ever. My last cold was actually in February of 2020. I had been sick for about 3 weeks, and I started drinking Kangen water, and the cold symptoms disappeared within 24 hours of me starting drinking this water. This is the most healthy that my body has ever felt, and in a time of such uncertainty concerning this pandemic, a strong immune system and my own personal health is of such incredibly great importance to me. And then came the realizations that this water was also affecting my stomach issues. So in the last 10 months that I've been drinking the Kangen water, I have only taken Pepcid AC a handful of times to control my heartburn. And this heartburn and acid reflux that I've experienced my whole life has been so significantly reduced that I've even had a few days where I don't even experience a flare-up at all. Now this is unheard of in my life, and it's become my new normal. I've not needed Pepto-Bismol or Imodium for my IBS symptoms. In fact, my IBS has almost cleared completely. My digestion is better than it has ever been before. My cravings for salt and crap food are gone. My stomach bloating is gone. Cramping is gone. And I've only experienced this dysphagia, this sticking feeling, a few times in the last 10 months. And randomly, I've lost about 10 pounds without even having to add any gym workouts, gym time, or any crazy exercise routines. So that's pretty cool. So I wrote down a list for my own curiosity of all the things that I was no longer spending money on each month. And I was absolutely floored. So I'm no longer spending money on Claritin bottles, which is about $20 a month. I'm no longer spending money on Pepcid AC or Pepcid Complete, which is about $20 per month. I'm no longer spending money on Tylenol at about $16 a bottle a month. I'm no longer using some recovery supplements that I used to do that had beneficial minerals and electrolytes. So I'm saving about $40 a month on that. I'm no longer using CBD capsules, which was about $45 a month. And I'm no longer seeing a chiropractor, which I was spending about $400 a month on these weekly chiropractic visits. But when you add all of these up, it's roughly $560 a month that I am saving since I switched to drinking Kangen water. Now, I'm certainly not making any medical claims here. This is just my own personal experience, things that I have experienced since I started drinking the water. So again, this is about $560 a month in health-related savings. And this does not include other things like cases of single-use plastic bottles of water, replacement filters for my refrigerator, replacement filters for my air conditioning unit, bleach, Drano, and other toxic cleaning supplies that I've also been able to completely eliminate or replace using the Kangen Water ionizer machine. So I hope that this video has given you kind of a glimpse into some of the things that may be possible by drinking and using Kangen water. Now again, this is certainly not intended to be any sort of a medical claim. This is my own personal experience, but I had been asked by many people to come on here and share that with you. So I wanted to go ahead and do that because Kangen water has literally changed my life in so many different ways, not only from the financial aspect in terms of running this business, but more importantly, from this health benefit. I have seen so many changes, and I feel healthier and more alive and more full of energy than I have ever before. So if you'd like to learn more about Kangen water and see how it might be a benefit in your own life, please feel free to get in touch with me. Leave a comment, shoot me a DM, send me a message. And if someone referred this video to you, then please be sure to get back in touch with them. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again real soon.